Salutations and regards to one and all who are present here. Today, our team, me, Anushka Mukherjee, Shruti Biyani, and Ritika Kotur will be presenting to every one of you the basic Vidyalankar LAN, and our project guide is Professor Rakshak Sood. So basically, let's take this example wherein we are trying to access the ERP for taking a railway pass. So when we try to do the ERP, we have to go through a certain website and we have to put our credentials so that we can access it. So who controls all of these applications? So the answer to this will be presented to you in a short while. So these are the contents of our presentation. So the question that I asked before, who is controlling all these applications? And sometimes when we even access Wi-Fi in our college, who does the controlling? So the answer to this question is the Vidyalankar LAN. The Vidyalankar LAN is the local area network that consists of all the devices, all the networking devices of our college. And this can include all the facilities like library, like all the labs, and all of these are controlled by a single server which is there in the Vidyalankar Institute of Technology building. The server is same for the Vidyalankar Institute of Technology, Vidyalankar School of Information Technology, and Vidyalankar Polytechnic. So this is the diagram, basic diagram of how we are, how our server and our LAN network is laid out. As we can see, there is an ISP, an internet service provider, who's connected to a server. As I stated before, the server is in the VIT building, and there is a router, firewall, and then the Vidyalankar LAN, which is distributed among all the colleges in our campus. So the first part of this diagram is ISP. So the ISP is basically, the full form of ISP would be Internet Service Provider, is basically a company that provides a client or a user access to the, gives access to the internet and similar services. In our campus, we have two ISPs, Hathway and Vodafone. The speed of the Hathway ISP is 300 Mbps, and the Vodafone one is 500 Mbps. We have a total of 800 Mbps from both of them collectively. So next comes the important part of this layout, and that is our server. So what exactly is a server? A server is a computer program or a device that connects other computer programs and its users to a singular point. In this case, the users will be everyone from the Vidyalankar campus. The location of our server is in the B block 201 of the VIT building. So the basic we have 10 main servers in our server room, and the distribution of the servers go as follows. So that there is a total of 10 IPM servers, out of which 3 are the main servers. These are the servers that that are used for all the purposes, and they run on Windows OS. They have 32 GB RAM and a 16-core processor power. They run on Windows OS. However, they also allow virtualization. With virtualization, we can provide, we can use all the other OSs using these 3 servers. A total of 21 plus operating systems can be used using these 3 servers in the campus of Vidyalankar Vadala. There are also 2 servers for all the local applications in the LAN network. For example, the Vidyalankar ERP and the Vidyalankar ERP for accessing the exam marks and the transcripts. It has a 16 GB RAM each and 1 TB hard disk. There are 3 servers for imparters or lecture capture, which is used to capture the recording of each lecture that is taken up by professors. They also have 32 GB RAM and 16 core processor power like the 3 main servers. Also, they have 2 GB graphics card and a 4 TB hard disk. There are 2 servers for the storage reserved for the storage area network. This is used as keeping the data in a singular space. Each of them have a 12 TB space. So we have a total of 24 TB for the storage area network. If in case one of the 3 main servers fail, we also have failover clustering so that the downtime is lowered as much as possible. In case any one of the SAN storage area network servers fail, we also have a server as a backup to the another server. So the rest will be explained to us by other of my friends. Please continue.
A router is a relay device that is used to connect two or more networks, either locally or through a WAN. The key features of a router is to determine the shortest path to a destination. So basically, a router is a device which helps us to connect our computers to any other device which has capacity to connect to the world through the web. There are majorly two types of routers, wireless and wired. Wireless router is the router that we commonly call Wi-Fi at our home. Other type of router that we can see around is wired router, such as what we have in our computer labs. Next slide. A firewall is kind of like a security guard that only allows the authorized person to enter. For example, Vidyalankar security guard. This allows the VSIT VP and VIT students and professor to enter after authorization. This is this is kind of like a firewall. Next slide. Next slide. The applications of firewalls are code blocking websites, application filtering. Computer systems in our college. WAN network consisting of Wi-Fi, server consisting of servers all around the VIT college, Wi-Fi networking consisting of our personal devices. Our college is divided into 4 zones because suppose one of our devices has some kind of virus in it. That virus could easily be transferred from one device to another, which will cause the system to break. Hence, the 4 zones are created so that virus cannot be transferred from one device to another while using college network. Next slide. So there are 2 types of cables in a college, fiber optics and Cat6 cables. Fiber optics cables are usually used to carry data in the form of light at a very high speed. This is a new generation cable. These cables are usually used to transmit data from long distances, mostly in a straight line. Cat6 is a standardized twisted pair of pair cable for Ethernet that is backward compatible with Cat5 and Cat3 cable standards. Like Cat5 and Cat6 cables support gigabyte Ethernet segments up to 100 meter, but they also allow for use in 10 gigabyte networks for over limited distance. Next.
Next slide. Media converters. Media converter converts electrical signal from Cat6 cable to light signal, which can be transmitted by fiber optic cable and vice versa. Next slide. Switch. Switch is also known as intelligent hub that has the ability to determine the destination MAC address of a packet. Instead of passing the packet to all the paths, the switch forwards it only to the port to which it is addressed. A switch maintains a list of MAC address associated with its various ports that it uses to determine where to send the packets. The different types of switches in our college are: first, layer 1. In layer 1, that is physical layer, consists of dumb switches like hubs and switches. Dumb switches which cannot be configured are present in this layer. Initially in year 2016, layer 1 switches were used for the overall network of the college, but it resulted in looping. The second is layer 2. In layer 2 switches, we have made a separate network for each class and labs. Here, every lab has its own VLAN, which is virtual LAN, because of which the speed increases. Third, layer 3. In layer 3 switches, as we made multiple networks, routers are used in this layer for communicating. Next slide. Network monitor. The overall network of the college is monitored from here. It monitors the signal strength of all the servers. If there is any discrepancy, then it can be solved from anywhere given we have access to the network. In this monitor, the networks consist of all the Vidyalankar cloud hosted servers. This was created by our systems administrator, Mr. Sunil Tube. The graphs showed are of speed versus time, which shows at what time the signals have spiked. It also notifies if any of the servers go down. If there occurs any problem, then it can be accessed from mobile phone. It also shows the temperature of the server room, whether it's low or high. Thank you everyone for your patient listening.
Thank you so much to everyone for giving a patient ear to for our presentation on our college network.